Welcome back. Let's now discuss designing the new team. The formal team leader is held accountable for the team accomplishing the mission, even though leadership may be shared or partner relationships established. The formal team leader is the responsible turkey. Now, to be successful, team leaders cannot allow time and space to alter the accountability for performance and the need to output the commissioned deliverables. Even with a need for independence by knowledge experts, the team must still accomplish its assigned objectives. There is still a need for the team members to coordinate with each other and the formal team leader. This is why team building is critical to the team. During team building, members are motivated to work for the best interest of the team and the organizational mission assigned to the team. It is the responsibility of the organization as well as the team manager to accomplish team building. And that's where you encourage the group members to embrace the assigned organizational goals and build trust and cohesiveness in the group. Kirchner outlines the critical functions to building a successful team. First, create trust. Second, motivate commitment to the mission. Third, instill personal accountability. And fourth, establish a results focus. And how do we do that? Well, clear goals are fundamental, along with other organizational design principles. Like any collaborative environment, virtual team environments require clear vision and goals, boundary setting, clear work assignments, and the most important factor is establishing high-quality relationships. Designing organizations is different today than in the past. Boundaries today are blurred across countries, cultures, skills, markets, various networks, and alliances. Effective team leaders today must encourage collaboration, knowledge exchange, coaching, and mutuality. After the team members have been selected, the team leader must contact the team and carefully orchestrate their onboarding. During the first contact, the team leader must clearly communicate the team's mission. The team leader must facilitate the members' inclusion onto the team. And the extent of inclusion and togetherness depends on the virtual teaming experience of the individuals on the team and whether they are members from high-context cultures. A best practice is to have each team member set up their own web page with contact information, work hours, time zone, and the tools that they use. This web page will also often include a resume. Effective virtual team leaders invest in this first contact with their virtual team members. They carefully orchestrate how new members are introduced. Several factors are important. All team members must understand the team's mission. You must arrange for social interaction before the formal work begins, and you should facilitate the sense of team belonging. The last item is fairly complex. Some people, especially those from low-context cultures, may believe that too much focus on togetherness is inappropriate. Nevertheless, the team leader should make sure that every team member has a chance to discuss his or her background and skill set with the team, interact with the other team members in some manner, and has at least one personal interaction with the team leader. And of course, this can be handled by a launch meeting. So for the launch meeting, you convene all team members in one location if that's possible. Devote several days to it. Use icebreakers to establish personal connections, and they have books on that, and oddly enough, they're called icebreakers, and they're all about group dynamics. Introduce each team member. Each team member then gives a presentation where they talk about their background, their special skills, their hobbies, and their personal interests. You facilitate interaction with other team members in a non-threatening manner using icebreaker exercises. And again, there are books on team building and icebreaker exercises that have many useful drills for building camaraderie. Also, some mechanisms such as a team directory should be provided where team members can find out about one another. Make sure a forum exists where team members can ask questions and get answers. And finally, find out about technology issues like compatibility problems they might be having. No technology can provide the environment of give and take, the natural human interaction, and the understanding that a face-to-face meeting can provide. This is the best way to kick off a virtual team. Some of the outcomes of the launch meeting may include a team charter, a work plan, communication plan, and team norms. During the kickoff meeting, the team leader highlights the professional qualifications of the team members. This boosts mutual confidence among the team that everyone on the project is able to perform the project work and achieve the project goals. In addition to relationship building, the kickoff meeting should precisely communicate project goals, define roles, and, as an integrated team, develop the plans. For relationship building, time must be allocated for team members to socialize. Some effective approaches to encourage socializing are to have site visits by team sections or to hold off-site meetings. So we're looking at roles and responsibilities, the technology and communication plans. We have discussed these before. Let's take a look at some of the design elements we haven't looked at in a lot of detail. The team charter is a tool for the private organization that is necessary to order and structure the members into a team. An important function of the team charter is to describe the team mission, and the mission is the basis for clear direction and effective prioritization. It helps the team focus on vital factors and to avoid distractions. A good mission statement is important to team success. The team leader should have a draft version prepared during the activities of the launch meeting and when he or she is selecting the team. A charter is an agreement for the team that defines the working relationships. It summarizes the direction and purpose, and the team should participate in its development. It will help reduce future conflicts, misunderstandings, and trust breakdowns. The charter should state the vision of the team, its mission and goals, its deliverables, the milestones, and its sponsorship. The charter is the starting point for all the other plans of the team. The team leader must guide team members to embrace risk and learning so that they can work in new and unfamiliar areas. The leader must communicate the meaning of the team mission, and the leader must create confidence that the team can achieve the goals. As a role model, the team leader exerts idealized influence on the team about how they should behave. Key behaviors are to respect and encourage others, learning, a commitment to the team, and intellectual stimulation. The team leader maps out the team performance measures based on the strategy execution plan, referring to tools such as a balanced scorecard prepared by the strategy planners. These plans will have identified the outputs that the team must produce. The team leader negotiates with the team members their roles and responsibilities. As we have discussed in the communication lecture, these need to be more concrete than on co-located teams because there is no day-to-day feedback or management by walking around. Other activities the team leader must encourage and initiate are sharing of best practices. These can be lessons learned pages on the team website. The team leader encourages mutuality. Formal hierarchical relationships are being replaced with partnering to form peer relational groups. This moves from one-way to reciprocal influence in leader-member relationships. The team should emphasize the quality and quantity of two-way interactions. This will increase trust and promote mutuality. It is built on respect and moral obligation. The team leader must offer team members more opportunity and more responsibility. Transaction cost economics asserts that understanding social organizing is through the lens of social classes or neoclassical economic, marginal revenue equals marginal cost, but that is not the complete picture, and instead should be considered on the level of personal interactions. So transaction cost economics says that you really need to look at all business on the level of personal interactions and not social classes or not the mathematical marginal revenue equals marginal cost of the old economic schools, because they don't give an accurate picture. And another thing that it suggests is the encouragement of instrumental acts that lead to the desired income for the organization. These interactions are best understood as a triple factoring of conflict, mutuality, and order. This is known as the Commons triple after the transaction cost economist John R. Commons. So applying this to you as the team leader, you must establish a governance on the team that infuses order, that mitigates conflict, and that results in a mutuality of exchange between the team members. This is a private ordering through mutual agreements, and that's how Nobel laureate Oliver Williamson puts it. And these mutual agreements among team members to provide the instrumental actions needed to accomplish the mission. In LMX theory, leaders perform such a negotiation, which is why I like it as an approach for leading global virtual teams. Mutuality is negotiated along with the private ordering to accomplish the mission. An important role for the team leader is coach. And a coach listens so they understand what their team members are telling them and so that they understand the situation. The coach also trains. And that's where they get training so people can accomplish either the processes or use the technology that's necessary. the leader mentors. That's where they share leadership with other team members. The leader asserts authority without being overbearing. They build trust by being trustworthy. They help solve complex problems, and they work at fostering mutuality between all the team members. With distance leadership, we also need cross-cultural understanding. They need to know their own personal biases based on their culture, and they need to know that cultural indices impact strategy implementation. Coaching is designed into the team by making everyone aware of the need for doing it. Coaching is providing help to individuals so they can perform their assignments. This includes investigating how a team member is performing by talking with customers, other team members, other stakeholders, and using this input for the next coaching session and for developing a coaching plan. The extent of coaching will vary with the type of culture, and we will be exploring cultural impact on teams pretty soon. For now, some cultures expect a great deal of coaching and continual feedback, while others are more autonomous and prefer that coaching should be kept to a minimum. Small organizations like teams often require subject matter expertise in a variety of knowledge domains, and coaching becomes an essential aspect of leading. Small teams may have a formal leader, but coaching in certain subject domains is still an important function that must be performed, and team members can coach each other or enlist outside help through knowledge networks. So the team members themselves can be coaches along with the team leader. And again, they need to develop the capacity to listen to the other team members to understand what those team members are saying. Train when they've got the expertise that can help other people. They need to build trust by being trustworthy. They need to participate and help in solving complex problems. And they need to have a give and take that fosters mutuality. And like the team leader, they need to know in a cross-cultural environment like a global virtual team, know the personal biases they carry forward with them from their own culture. In designing a new team, here are the steps you would execute. The team process is about how the team should function, the type of behaviors that are necessary for a team to operate effectively in a virtual environment. The taxonomy for this process is, and here are the steps you would execute: introduce and connect team members together, establish team norms and boundaries, define roles and responsibilities, define the leadership approach, define team effectiveness. In other words, performance management is going to be based off of how you define team effectiveness. Define change management processes, and begin establishing the team culture. A key to successfully accomplishing the mission is to define the responsibility of the team members. They were chosen to participate on the team because of their expertise in certain subject domains, and that expertise will help the team accomplish its goals. Therefore, there should be some performance expectation for each position. These performance expectations should map a role's work effort into the team deliverables. Clarity is essential when you do this. It's essential for the vision that guides the team generally. It's essential for the goals that guide specific action. It's essential for establishing the roles and responsibilities matrix. It's essential for establishing and communicating performance expectations. It's essential so that you avoid duplication of effort. It's essential so you avoid working at cross purposes. It's essential for integrating individual work efforts into team deliverables. And it's essential for clearly defined processes. Proper governance infuses order, mitigates conflicts, and results in a mutuality of exchange between the team members. And this is what's known as a private ordering, which is structuring the team so that it's effective. To create proper governance, the team must understand the team operations. So you must clearly define team operations, how decisions will be made, the methodologies for accomplishing the team's work, project and operational plans, activity milestones, standard operating procedures, what the deliverables are, and the document and record management processes. For decision making, it should be clear who makes what type of decision and who can assign work to whom. To get team buy-in, members must agree with the operations approach and probably have input into its definition. After all, you selected them because they have the needed knowledge, and who better to say how to best work in a particular knowledge domain. So transparency is more critical with virtual teams. All team members must understand the operations, and all team members must agree with the operations. Also, team members must understand what resources they're able to use in their work and what practical expectations you have of them. So define the travel requirements, define available resources, and define hours of operation at each location. Designing an effective team will also require that you understand cultural differences. Of course, business communication protocols must be established as we discussed in Lecture 4. So the communications policy, you define appropriate communications, including politeness. Cultural differences have to be considered. Distance, respect, and sharing authority. On a more personal level, keep in mind that team members need a challenge, need an appropriate challenge that's consistent with their skills. They'll need consistent support. They need honest feedback. They need a voice in decision making. And they need to have a dynamic interaction with the leader. And I know we've been saying this over and over again, but clarity is essential. Team members want clarity on the what, not on the how. They will do the hows. That's why they're on the team. They know how to do certain things based on their expertise in a subject matter domain. Okay, let's take another 5-minute break, and when we come back, we'll go into the particulars of coaching.